And we're zooming in now to another very important issue. On Tuesday at Sibanye-Stillwater Mines' Driefontein operation, a worker was hit by a mining cleaning machine and died, bringing the total number of those who have lost their lives at the site to 6. Now, over the past 6 months, 21 miners have died at the overall operations of South Africa's largest gold producers, Sibanye-Stillwater Mines. And Morning Live did invite Sibanye-Stillwater, but they unfortunately declined our request due to other commitments. The Association of Mineworkers and Construction Union, or AMCU, have stated that the spate of deaths at the Sibanye-Stillwater mine is a crime against humanity and that urgent intervention is needed. And with us now is AMCU's National Health and Safety Officer, Matthew Grant. Welcome and thanks so much for coming through.
Thank you.
So you say that this is a crime against humanity. Please elaborate.
What we mean when we say that as AMCU is there's been over many years, but it's become worse this particular year as well. There's been it's almost like a targeted killing of black mine workers. Almost all of the workers being killed in the mines are black. And that's why we're saying there's a crime against humanity that's being committed. If you also look at the silicosis results in the autopsies performed, the majority of them are black as well.
So how does this distinction then come about? You know, as someone who is in this industry, you would obviously be able to talk to us about this. Is this as a result of the conditions and the workforce and where they find themselves? Why do you think this is the case?
Well, I mean, we're in South Africa. And the majority of our population is black, and the majority of blacks in South Africa are poor. So they need jobs. And in the mines for decades and decades have been providing cheap labor, migrant labor. Yes, it's gotten better, but I mean, as AMCU, we've come in and we've been demanding higher salaries. 12.5 was our clarion call, and that's still our clarion call for a living wage. And that has significantly changed that situation, but you still have black mine workers being treated essentially as labor fodder in the mining industry.
So as AMCU, you have asked for Section 23 of the Act to actually be amended, and that would allow for workers to essentially leave dangerous places.
Yes, currently it's enshrined as a right in the Mine Health and Safety Act. There's also Section 22, which puts the responsibility on any worker underground to take responsibility of their health and safety and of other employees. But Section 23 is the right to refuse dangerous work. It was discussed at the Leon Commission. It was an important addition to the Mine Health and Safety Act. But what's currently happening, even though it's a right, it's being used as a disciplinary measure as well. So in fatalities, in the investigations, employers like Sibanye are looking at what is happening in the incident and then charging mine workers for not exercising their Section 23 right. But our stance as well has to be that an informed worker is a safe worker. So we need every single worker in a mine to have more direct ownership of their actual occupation, of their job, of what's in front of them. They need training. Those things need to be ramped up in terms of the mine work.
But as you say, it's a difficult trade-off because currently the employer is likely to act punitively against the employees. But speaking of the employer, and we did invite Sibanye management, they declined unfortunately, but have you been in conversation with them and at what level are those discussions?
Yes, we have. We, as AMCU, at our level, we've had a variety of engagements. We've also had engagements with the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee, the DMR. We've had a joint meeting. There is a safety summit happening again on Friday, tomorrow. And the Parliamentary Portfolio Committee has also come out quite sharply against what's happening at Sibanye. They're the largest employer in the mining sector, especially in gold, 63,000 or so. But there's a severe lack of information coming from the Department of Mineral Resources. And it's a problem because when you have a mining accident, you need to do an investigation, you need to hold an inquiry. As per the Act, Section 60 is the investigation, Section 65 is the inquiry. But then there needs to be a Section 72 report written. This needs to go and be given to the families, explained to the workers involved, and these are not forthcoming from the department. We don't know what the analysis is, we don't know what the root causes are. So when Sibanye is saying we don't know what the accidents are being caused by, we as AMCU, being on the ground, know that often times there's a problem with safety systems. But specifically at Sibanye as well, there's an actual problem with workplace culture. there's a problem there. There's a culture of fear, there's a climate of fear. Workers are not being able to exercise their Section 23 rights effectively. They're not informed adequately, they're not being allowed that right because they are worrying about their income, losing it, they're worrying about threats, victimization. It's a significant reality underground.
Well, Matthew, tell you what, we will also follow the developments around this story, and hopefully when more information is forthcoming, we will call you back in to talk about what is actually revealed at that stage. But thank you so much for making the time this morning.
Thank you, it's a pleasure.
And that, of course, is unfortunately all we have time for.